So, hello everyone, and welcome to my ASMR channel. I thought to start us off, we could do a very special unboxing. So I have actually recorded this video once before already, but I hadn't set up the camera correctly, so it kept coming in and out of focus. So I'm hoping this time everything will stay in focus. And I've put it back together as best as I could. I think it looks almost new. So today we're going to be unboxing this 13.6 inch sky blue M4 MacBook Air. So when I saw this sky blue color, I thought it looked really beautiful, and I usually get silver, but I saw this and I was like, that looks really different. It looks very playful, very light. So I thought I would give it a try. So just looking at the box, we've got this typical Apple white. It's like a very nice style of paper, like a very matte finish, and if you hear, really nice to touch. And so we've got a side view of the MacBook itself. It's so thin. Like, here is an Apple Pencil for comparison. Unlike, yeah, basically as thin as an Apple Pencil. It's crazy. So, I'm just going to have a look at the box before we open it. So up here we've got in silver, or I guess light blue, this is MacBook Air, MacBook. We've got on this side, I think this is out of focus. On this side we've got this lovely Apple logo in nice silver reflected. On the bottom again, it says MacBook Air. And then same on this side, just another Apple logo. Very shiny. And then on the back, it says it's an M4 chip with 16 gigabytes of memory and a 512 gigabyte storage. So normally I just get whichever Mac is cheapest, really. But I decided this time to go for 512 gigabytes instead of 256. Because I do plan on editing on this, including this video. So I figured to make my life a little bit easier. So we've got, please recycle this box at the bottom right. We've got some European, I don't know what those are called really, the CE mark. And then we've got the Apple Mac logo with the smiley finder face. So, I'm gonna lift this up very carefully. And just make some very gentle itself, it's got this little lift up tab here, but it's currently in this very crinkly paper. It's like a waxy paper. It feels quite nice. Not as nice as the box, but it does still have that premium feel. And I mean, you can hear it's so crinkly. This out first, and then I'll put that to the side, and we'll look what's inside the box first. So here we've got the MagSafe USB cable. As you can see here, it's color matched, so that's actually silver. Sorry. It looks silver, but that's actually sky blue. Like if I compare it here to this white Apple Pencil, you can see it's a little bit blue. It's quite hard to see, to be honest. But you can see on the cable here, that's blue. It's wrapped nicely in paper. That's funny. The little USB-C port is not actually color matched. That's just white. But then the cable itself does have that sky blue. That's interesting. So I'll just put that back in for now. We'll have a look at this. So these are the papers. So this says designed by Apple in California. So let's see what's inside. That's interesting. It's quite thick, but there's actually not that much paper inside. So let's see what it says. So we have MacBook Air. Before using MacBook Air, review the MacBook Air Getting Started Guide. Retain documentation for future reference. And let's see. Okay, so on the back there's some information about, looks like clock speeds and maximum power. I don't really know how this relates to anything, but good to know, I guess. And then here we have this little instruction, MacBook Air, MacBook. So this says, welcome to your MacBook Air. MacBook Air automatically starts up when you lift the lid. Setup Assistant helps you get up and running. And then it's got some diagrams. So, let's see. It says Touch ID and power button. Force touch trackpad. It's one of my favorite things about MacBooks. I really love the trackpad. It's nice and big. We've got the menu bar, the camera, the control center, Siri, Finder, dock, and system settings. And then down here we've got a diagram of the different ports. So we've got the headphone jack on the right side, just the headphone jack. But it's nice to see that. Obviously they took that away from the phones. And then on the left side we've got one MagSafe 3 charging port, and then two Thunderbolt 4 / USB-C ports. So Touch ID, your fingerprint can unlock MacBook Air, sign into apps instantly, and make purchases programs and apps using gestures. To learn more, open System Settings, then select Trackpad. And MagSafe 3, charge your MacBook Air using the MagSafe 3 port. And then on the back is just more information telling us to go to the Apple website. So I'll just put this back in here. And then do a tiny bit of let's see what else we have. We've got this electricity power brick. Again, it's got that waxy paper on it. As you can see, it's a UK style, which is quite big, but supposedly very safe. And then we've got our power brick here, again wrapped in that waxy paper. You can see just this little tab here. And this one actually has 2 USB-C ports. So that means you can charge the MacBook and something else like a phone or a Steam Deck or Switch, whatever you're into. And it just connects to the power brick there, it just slides right in. But we'll see. I really like the noises this box makes. There's like quite a depth of sound and like a warmth to it. Okay. So now I'm going to get this box lid back and it's time to open the MacBook itself. So let's see. And there we go. Lovely blue, sky blue, MacBook Air. So, just to do a quick comparison, this is my phone, so this is silver. You can kind of see, can you see a difference? I wonder if it will even show up on camera. And then, this is a game controller I use, this is purple. And I think you can kind of see it's blue in comparison to that. How about this? I have this case for Switch games. That's pink. So yeah, you can see in comparison to those, it does look blue. But quite difficult to see on its own, I guess. So, we've got, of course, the shiny Apple reflective logo. I remember when they used to have a light in there and they looked so cool. Whenever the laptop was open, the backlight the screen would actually light up the Apple logo. It's a very cool detail. So on the bottom you can see we've got 4 feet. And then 4 screws. And we've got again the CE mark, some European information, and then just some text about designed by Apple in California, assembled in China. And then I have no idea what that is. MacBook Air model. I don't know what that says. I love the curves. It's got a very nice shape. It's almost flat. It just has this curved drop off. It just makes it really smooth. So, I'll go ahead and open it. Oh. Take this piece of paper out. So, as you can see, I've already set this up. So I'm just going to quickly log in. I'll need to cover my password. There we go. So, that's a nice full-size keyboard with the Touch ID sensor up here. And it's still got the sky blue, even on the inside, and even on the trackpad. Looks really nice. And the keys are backlit, so when you're typing away, they'll light up. And then if you leave it alone for a few seconds, they'll dim. And I find that really helpful for when you're watching something, especially in a dark room. So, we've got the function key with a globe icon. We've got the control key with an upwards arrow. We've got our option key with the option symbol. The command key with the command symbol. A big space bar. Unlabeled, but quite big. Another command key with the option symbol. An option key with the option symbol. And then 4 directional keys. So we've got up, down, left, and right, or maybe you prefer north, east, south, and west. So next row up, we've got our shift key. We have the tilde key and the, I'm not sure what that's called, maybe a backwards apostrophe. C or Z, X, C, V, B, N, M, comma key with a leftwards arrow, and then the full stop or the period with a rightwards arrow, question mark with a forward slash, and then our right shift key. Next we have the enter key with an enter arrow. We have our flat vertical line and our backslash. quotation marks, an apostrophe, colon, and semicolon. L K J H G F D S A. Caps lock with like a big chunky upwards arrow and our little caps lock light. So that will go green when caps lock is engaged and then turn off when it's off. We've got our tab key with an indent symbol, Q, W, E, R, T, Y, U, I, O, P. We've got our curly on our straight brackets, the left, and then our curly and straight brackets on the right, and then the enter key again, or return key. We've got the back arrow, backspace. We've got a plus and an equal sign, a full-size hyphen, and then a dash. 0 with a parentheses right. 9 with a parentheses left. 8 with an asterisk. 7 with the ampersand. 6 with an upwards arrow. I'm not really sure what that's called, but to the power of, I guess, if you're talking about maths. 5 with the percent. 4 with the dollar sign. 3 with the hash and the pound sign. 2 with the euro sign and the at sign. 1 with an exclamation point. And then, I honestly don't know what this is called. It looks like a simoleon from The Sims, so I'm gonna call it the Sims key. And then the plus and minus key. And then lastly, in the top row, we've got the escape key, ESC. We have F1 with a small sun, F2 with a big sun, so those control the brightness of the screen. We've got F3, which opens your app expose, so you can see what apps you have open at the moment. We've got F4 with a magnifying glass, and that opens search, which I love that feature on macOS. The search searches everything on your entire Mac. It's amazing. We've got F5 with a microphone. I'm not going to tap that because I think it'll make a noise, but that allows you to dictate to the Mac. We've got F6 with, I honestly don't know what this key does. It's like a crescent or a half moon. Maybe it enables do not disturb or puts the Mac to sleep, I'm not really sure. F7, we've got 2 left-facing arrows, so that's the previous track. F8, we've got a play pause button, so if you click this without anything playing, it will actually just open music, which is really handy. We've got F9, which is 2 rightwards facing arrows, so next track. We've got F10, which is speakers with a slash through it, so that's mute. We've got F11, which is speakers with just one little wave coming out of it, so that makes the audio quieter. And then F12, which is a speaker with multiple waves coming out, and that makes the sounds louder. And then lastly, we've got the power of the Touch ID button, so you rest your finger on that and it authenticates with Touch ID. the sound effect that Macs make when you turn the volume up or down. And now I'll very briefly show you my wallpaper. So at the moment I have this screenshot of Aerith from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. She's looking at the sky, and I thought, you know, Sky Blue Mac, looking at the sky, it seemed to fit quite well. So lastly, I'll just do a very quick typing test. So I'll go ahead and open my note-taking app. I use Bear. And now I will start writing. Let's see. This is a keyboard test. I want to see how the keys sound when typing at a reasonable speed. I really like the size of this keyboard and this Mac in general. It's great to be able to take it around easily because it's so light, but it's so powerful, and the battery lasts a really long time. And here's the trackpad noises. I really like the haptic click of MacBook trackpads. So, I think that is my first ASMR video complete. If you've made it all the way to the end, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment, to like or subscribe. And if there's anything you'd be interested in ASMR wise, please let me know, because I would love to hear your suggestions. Okay,